What's up, guys? Back in today with more in the Clear Moonlit Dusk, this time with episode 4, I believe. Really nice episode last time out, yet again. Pretty much a full day episode, doing some shopping, wearing some cool outfits, going to the theme park for a little bit. It was a really nice time. Like cooking papa. I haven't even got to say my confession yet. You can't skip that moment in a Japanese romance anime. Psycho hair. That usually means like the best. I do agree with that. You like to think you're one way. You like to think you like one thing, but I see that all the time, especially with freedom. People want usually the people that want freedom the most are actually the ones that want to be tied down the most. I see quite often. When did it start? Was it the moment you met? There are some delicious looking cakes right there, aren't there? So I know someone else that would like those as well. I mean a lot of people, but Osa and I from Shoshimin series. Also, on that note, you guys got to look out for the studio behind that show. They're currently 2 for 2 from what I've seen of them in terms of anime. Like very underrated shows, but that studio have been doing great work. One of the best visual looking anime I've seen in a long time, but also like there's some really good substance to it. Okay. That's an ampan. Joe, I always get so surprised because I don't hear anything about this, about the Japanese mega brand that is Anpan Man. I never hear about it, and it's ginormous. I mean, unfortunately, in Gintama, one of my more liked characters that just got kind of turned into Anpan Man. That kind of became his character. So that's like the only thing I've seen like surrounding it. But like, what is that about? Is it like an anime series? Is it just like a series of food snacks or like kids TV or something? I've got no idea. But whenever I see like lists of like top earning like franchises and such, it's always like around there. Like, well, that what the fuck's a big deal with Anpan Man? The man that's an Anpan. Like, what's? Sorry. Treating us poorly. And you know what? Funny enough, these guys would probably know that best. Especially considering the thing what we heard about knowing yourself the least. I think especially like American culture, it's very normalized to know what you want. You know what you want, and you'll take it, and you know best of what your like what rights you want. You talking very strange. Yeah, apologies. But yeah, you know what you want. You demand it. You know what's best for you. That's a very like American thing, or at least it used to be anyway. And I guess this does this remind me of that YouTube video that's like endlessly streaming? Yeah, very opposed view right there, obviously, isn't it? What was that on the bottom right? Is it random if you're expecting it? She's here for him this time. No serious. He speeds over. Well, jumping playing basketball is a different thing than just walking slightly fast. I didn't realize there was a age difference between these two. I think it's probably maximum a year or two, like max. But I did once date a girl in the year below me at school. I think I was like 13 and she was 12 or something. Might have been 14 and 13. I'm not sure. I always felt even like that. I always felt a bit weird about that. Luckily, she dumped me like a couple weeks into it, and I almost felt like slightly relieved, upset, but like slightly relieved in that regard. And that was like totally normal. That was like a totally normal thing. So it'd be very weird. But the thing I was worried about is if it was to last and I was like 16 or 17 and she was like 15, and it's just like, well, then it's like, yeah, then it's a big issue. Obviously, again, thinking way too far ahead, considering it lasted a couple of weeks. Maybe she sensed that kind of uneasiness, I don't know. Jetto Costa. Oh, I like that outfit. I like that outfit. Casual, but very nice. I like the music they've been playing this episode. They're chill. Wow. Given what you guys have been talking about so far, I think that's fine. I'd like to learn more about that as well. Well, a bit awkward, but okay. Yeah, I don't know why you'd even want to. See to ruin our time. Yeah, that is quite impressive, actually, isn't it? I'm not sure why my alarm's going off. I set my alarm fucking 40 minutes ago. Sorry about that. I can't even hear it. Gyoza. I'm rewatching bloody hell. Too many Durara. I watched Durara yesterday as well, to be fair, but I've been watching Dorohedoro again in preparation for season 2. So I'm all about the gyoza, man. Never had it myself though. Joey, you motherfuckers just come and sit with us. Might as well. It'd be less awkward. Got to be ladylike. Well, at least you can admit that. That is one very respectful thing about her, isn't it? Very easy for her to admit things that I wouldn't admit. I wouldn't say out loud. You don't look it. You don't seem it. Doki doki. Oh, that must be horrible. 2 boys sit. Shut the fuck up. I still don't get this. Like, yes, she's got short hair, but that's about it. Almost everything else about her is very feminine, I'll say. Like, how rude is that as well? Like, who does that? Who just walks into a place? Look at those 2 over there. Like, so openly as well. Rude for no reason. Joe, what? I think that's a bit of a complaint I have about some people in general. They seem like people like there's like massive Yuri fans. There's massive like Boys Love fans as well and stuff. Like, I kind of don't like the fact that people like. Sorry to go, not going to go on a massive rant here or anything, but I kind of don't like that people just like will like eat up anything from those genres. They will fantasize and massively romanticize that like every time. Like, it doesn't matter if it's like a good series or not, if it's entertaining or not, if it's well written or not. If it's there, they'll consume and enjoy it just because of what that is. And in some way, I can like respect that, but in another way, it's just like how is a story ever really going to be like special to you and like really good if every story is? If that makes sense. How is like the really good ones actually going to like stand out and differentiate? And hopefully I'm wording that right. It doesn't sound like I am, but yeah, if you just like eat up anything from a genre like that, I mean, it's kind of ironic I say that as a horror fan. I eat up anything if it's really good. The worst thing is if it's like just mediocre and boring. That's like the worst. If it's really bad, it's really good in a way. Like, if there's a lot of so bad it's good. A lot of trauma movies, for example, of like just really like insulting stuff happening, just intentionally really bad, but it's so good. It's like, yeah, some good slop, but at least you can kind of admit that. Again, the worst thing it can be is like boring. So yeah, maybe ironic I say that, but like I said, I don't like that. And people kind of just turn shows just into that as well. They just make it so it is just like that thing, whereas some shows like Summer Hikaru died or something, for example, there is a lot more going on than like the Boys Love and so on and so forth. But yeah, I guess that's the thing of just like, maybe that's where I'm going to like read discussions on it. It's just like, oh, I look at the comments and it's oh, it's this genre, I love it. Oh, it's this genre. Like, that's all that they've got to say about it. I guess they might be a similar kin to people as those women right there. Oh, look at that, 2 boys sitting next to each other eating food. Why do you need to point that out? Yes. Even if that was what was happening, wait, yeah. I said earlier, it's been a really nice OST today, hasn't it? You want to go see it? Ah, he's stopped. Oh, she looks pretty okay with it. Oh, maybe not. Not the reaction you want to see. Ah, who cares? You're both eating it. You're both eating Goza. It looked like it, and then I don't know. I don't think I'd be offended, but I definitely wouldn't be too happy if the person I just tried to kiss just went like that. Yeah, I mean they're both at gyoza, so no issue there, right? Sharing some gyoza breath. Ah, nice of you to ask permission. But sometimes this is harder, like strangely. I don't know about you guys, but I actually probably struggled more to pluck up the courage to hold a hand sometimes than for a kiss. Weird as that might sound. So with a kiss, it's like just like instant, and you're like in this, yeah. Whereas I don't know, I feel a bit awkward. Like, do I go for this? Do I go for that? Do I go for that? I guess that's because I've always thought. Okay, I don't want to toot my own horn, but I've always thought I'm a pretty good kisser. More confident in that, I guess. Whereas I spoke about this before, but usually my hand gets like pretty clammy, sweaty. I think it's one of the ones that make you feel hot, if that makes sense. Everybody's hand is just as warm, but the way it makes you feel warm, I think that might just be his hand. Big bath, you got that? Oh yeah, that actually is like a massive bath. No way her head's like wrapped up like that. Who's that? Oh, nature. She looks different. So, what's the point of that shirt? What is the point of that shirt? Alarm's going off again. Please thing. Probably going to go off one more time. I mean, it's funny I say that about a shirt. I've known girls to wear shirts like that and they look really nice. I mean, obviously very revealing. But I like the idea of it. And this is your sister, so she would notice something like that. Quick. I love her voice actress. I can't remember what other role she's done recently, but she's got a really lovely voice. It just sounds very caring. Ah, that's Hollow's voice actress from Spice and Wolf. That's very specific voice, isn't it? Like I always I mean, I've never watched the original, but that voice for me is like very associated with her as a character. Sounds quite playful, but also like really kind and lovely. It's just a very fitting voice for Holo. This is my first time messaging. It's Takiguchi. Is that how you pronounce that? Takiguchi probably like sounds a bit more cleaner. Takiguchi. After thinking a little on what we spoke about today, I would like to propose the following. How about a date next Saturday or Sunday? What does he say? Wakata. So understood. Okay. Another date lined up. Nice. Very nice. Her sister seems nice. Oh, it did subtitle that saying got it at the bottom. I didn't notice. I knew I couldn't stop. I'm a monster. So I kind of get that. Not my first kiss, but like one of the early times I got with a girl. The kissing did go on for a long time. Probably too long. Should have moved it along quicker. And I would say I ended up gross, but it did like get a bit like sticky, which doesn't sound great. But yeah, I kind of get that. That was before I'd done anything else with a woman. Yeah, a breath. It's just a hair. I did think it was gonna wipe up the sweat for a second though. What a horrible angle to look at someone from. That's the thing. Your initial reaction is you don't like it because it makes you anxious and it puts you on edge. But when you actually think about what you're feeling, you know what? I kind of like that feeling. Betsy. No, I don't mind it. You could just hide your existence a little longer. I would try it again. Do you know what? That's kind of takes me back to a bad memory, honestly. This is when I used to smoke. I remember going to a party once, and there was this girl there who was really attractive. And she kind of came up to me and like kneeled down and like put me on edge. And I'm pretty sure she stole my tobacco. I'm pretty sure that was a mechanism for her to steal the tobacco in my pocket, which I absolutely did not notice. And yeah, it kind of reminds me of that a little bit. It kind of faked me out a little bit. I don't know if she like. To be fair, I don't actually know for sure if she did. All I know is that I did lose my tobacco at some point. That was in my pocket. And someone was going around that party just stealing tobacco because everybody either ran out or lost theirs. So yeah. I kind of had a feeling that was the case though, because you kind of know when someone's like out of your league. And she probably didn't realise I was so anxious. I think many people did when I was younger, probably because I wasn't as anxious as I am now. But I was. But I think she probably thought I'd been drinking a lot. I actually hadn't drank that much. But yeah, she definitely picked a good target. But yeah, another nice episode. Another nice episode. I will say it is it's not exactly a negative, but it is I wouldn't, this is a harsh word for it, but it is repetitive a little bit in regards to like that ending sequence there. We seem to get something quite similar to that every episode, don't we? Which is funny because she is usually like, well, pretty much. Oh yeah, G Cuddy, part timer. Who's this guy? Childhood friend. Childhood friend. Romantic interest. Rival, perhaps. He says his name. Yeah, I don't know, but yeah, it's again repetitive's like too harsh a word for it, but there is like something at the end of every episode with her of like, I wish this would kind of happen. She's look like, not every time, but she is like matter of fact in some cases of how she feels and what she like wants, and openly kind of expressing her views and such. So it is it's just like the duality of it, of these ending scenes, whereas like how she is like throughout most of the time, it's pretty open and with what she wants and so on. And it's like pretty similar every episode. But again, that's not exactly a negative. There are some nice moments, but yeah, pretty good episode today. Wasn't too much kind of new, as I just said there. It's like we're going over a few things that have been going over for some of the past episodes, but like not making too much progress with it. I mean, we almost kissed today. But yeah, it does feel like the progress. Not that it has to like massively progress their relationship every episode or anything. I think that's a show. I think that's something shows can get kind of lured into a bit of like progressing things a bit too fast. I mean, don't get me wrong. For a long time with like a lot of romance anime I watched on the seasonals, it was like it took ages for the romance to get anywhere. So it was quite refreshing that some of them moved quite quickly and got through the stages quite quickly and such. But and then it did kind of become now that a lot of them are kind of moving very quickly. It's kind of not taking time to kind of set the tone and set things out quite as well as maybe some of the slower ones. So maybe it's just you can't ever be like perfect. There's no like perfect pacing, but it certainly seemed to like slow down a bit today in comparison to the previous episodes. Yet still a very nice episode. Eating some goza, having some school time here. But yeah, nothing kind of like massively different from the previous episodes or anything like that. Just going over a few things again. It's a nice time. Nothing crazy. But yeah, let me know what you guys thought about this episode though in the comment section. Make sure to leave a like on the video if you guys did enjoy this one, and subscribe to the channel if you do want to keep up to date. And I'll catch you guys next week with episode 5.